Suicide watch. He's getting treated with kid gloves when his lawyer has come out and said he's not suicidal. But now, Diddy hungry? He's missing his private chef. I hate when that happens, when you can't take your private chef, your celebrity chef, with you behind bars. That's gotta hurt. But we are also hearing that he is so self-centered, he thinks he may be poisoned. Let's just think that through to its logical conclusion and what it would take. I mean, Epstein reportedly killed himself. So under this theory, they're not slackers anymore, and they're willing to execute a covert operation.
First of all, that's not going to happen. MCC New York is where the incident happened with Mr. Epstein. But in terms of the conditions, his conditions, think about someone who probably never wore the same outfit, and now all of a sudden you are in handcuffs, you're being processed, you're being booked, you're getting fingerprinted, you're going through an intake process.
Can I ask the control room why you keep showing me photos of a metal urinal? Don't care. So if you think that's engendering sympathy or empathy, it's not.
17,000 square foot mansion in another city, and now you're in a 6 foot by 8 foot cell. It will take a mental toll on a person. However, I'm sure he's going through an array of emotions, and based on the high profile, because this is a high profile case where they can, monitor his behavior and make sure that he is.
He is in a special unit because he's rich and famous. Just like Bankman-Fried down the hall from him. He is not suicidal. So why is he in the med unit?
If he is in special housing, he is in administrative detention, okay? And they need to assess his case. They're going to treat him just like they treated Ghislaine Maxwell, the same way they treated R. Kelly when he was incarcerated there.
While I've got you, Dr. Dwayne Hendricks, look, I'm not attacking you. I'm attacking what's happening. I hear chicken, bone-in chicken with stuffed chicken with rice. What? I don't get that. Why is he getting it?
That is not true.
Did you hear the news? Diddy's refusing to touch anything they're serving him in jail because this man thinks someone's out to poison him? Guess you learn to trust people less when you've been going around spiking people's drinks your whole life. And it's not like he's being offered the regular old prison grub. Diddy's special unit commissary menu is better than what your mom is making for Sunday dinner. What's all the special treatment about?
Outside the home of Sean Diddy Combs to get a sense of how long we anticipate federal investigators to be here. That is the Command Control Center for Homeland Security Investigations. That is their forensics van. And as this is happening here, let's go ahead up to Sky 10 so you can have an aerial view of what we've seen earlier today. HSI Homeland Investigations, that a similar action is happening outside of a home in Los Angeles. Homeland Security Investigations simply saying that they are executing what they are calling law enforcement action. HSI Los Angeles working with local law enforcement partners to execute such actions. As I showed you, it should take quite some time. It looks like they're going to be here for quite some time. When the hip-hop artist Sean Diddy Combs has been the subject of some civil suits, there are serious allegations related to sex trafficking and sexual assault. That and these law enforcement actions we are seeing here is something that we are going to be exploring, and at this time we just don't see a big presence of law enforcement, and you're going to see exactly what that statement said. You're going to see members of HSI Miami, Homeland Security Investigations, working with Miami Beach Police, and saw them all gathering outside of the home is when they then entered the property. Let me back out here live once again. As soon as that video you just saw ends and they move into the home you're looking at live, we have not seen anyone emerge, but there's a forensics van here and a full-blown command center telling us that they arrived here several hours ago, so it looks like a long investigation ahead.
The district judge assigned to this case. I think that we made the points that we've been wanting to make. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent. He came to New York to establish his innocence. He's not afraid. Nothing that the government said in their presentation today that changes anyone's mind about anything. We're looking forward to clearing his name, and he's going to clear his name. And we're going to stand by his side as he does. 10-year relationship. There's no coercion. There's no crime. There's basically just, someone who brought a civil case and now is finding themselves a witness in it. And so tomorrow we fight again, and we'll fight every day until we don't have to fight anymore. I don't know. The question is, why did it happen last night instead of today? I don't know the answer to that question. We have no power. All we can do is show good faith. He got on a plane and he came here. It ends up being only 12 days. That's fine. That's what the government wanted to do. The government didn't want him to turn himself in. He came here to turn himself in. Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Arrest the guy who came to New York to turn himself in. But we're going to make all these points again tomorrow, and we'll make it as much as we can. Yeah, we're no bail. Oh, I'm sorry. We're appealing the decision to hold him without bail.
Apparently, even in his high-profile call, Diddy's struggling so much to adapt that he's threatening to off himself before he ever even gets to trial. He wants bail so bad, he's ready to trade in his house, his private jet, and even his right to meet anyone of the opposite sex except his mother. Diddy's lawyer is jumping through hoops trying to get the diddler out.
So everybody wants the core of this whole Diddy thing? I mean, we all know some influential people in Diddy's life. Understand? This whole thing, you gotta think higher up on the food chain. And in order to do that, you have to look here at the Universal Music Group, or UMG. The list goes on and on. This company is the reason that Diddy even has a record label. In fact, the list of companies and people that UMG is involved in is unbelievable. Like I said, they bought Def Jam Records, and they were also one of the first of the big three to start selling music online. Abrams was founded by the Brofman family. And if that name doesn't sound familiar, it should. Mainly because of this woman, Claire Brofman. She was part of a certain group. Now, Claire wasn't just part of this group, she financed the whole thing. To the extent of buying them almost an entire island. Allison Mack from Smallville. But the most interesting person in this whole group was this man, the leader, Keith Raniere. Did I mention they branded their members? Keith here not only hired Epstein and Cosby's lawyer, he's constantly saying he's going to end up just like Epstein. If you read the details of his court case, why he does that will make sense. Now, during that case, it was discovered that not only were they funneling money to a certain someone, somehow this group hacked her emails. I showed you a small list of who signed to Universal. And I told you how Claire bought the majority of an island in Fiji for her group. She owns the majority. The only other thing on that island is this 5-star all-inclusive hotel. Here's a list of the people that have gone there. Y'all stay safe.
Diddy for 6 years trained me to have to be perfect.
Working for Diddy?
Absolutely.
I love Diddy. You know, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy.
I don't want to answer that question.
Oh, well, I think he's a good guy. I'm going to stick up for him.
Between dancing and pointing out women to Epstein, Trump gestures to one and appears to say to Epstein, look at her back there. She's hot.
It is crystal clear. You can see Jeffrey Epstein right up next to Donald Trump, and the two of them together are gawking and groping young women. It's just appalling.
Happy birthday, Justin! Happy birthday!
To the family, John!
New surveillance video shows Combs being taken into custody in a Manhattan hotel last week.
Good morning to you, Robin. This is the hotel where Sean Combs was arrested a week ago. You can now see how that arrest went down. Morning, watch how federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him, lead him out the front door in handcuffs. His lawyer said Combs had come to New York 2 weeks earlier with the intention of turning himself in. He did not expect the agents to be waiting at his hotel last Monday night.
Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in.
Out and about in New York with his family, seemingly in good spirits. Combs has pleaded not guilty to racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and prostitution charges by CNN that depicts Combs attacking his then-girlfriend, the singer Cassie, and then dragging her back toward a hotel room.
Struggling to understand what the big deal is and why this Diddy case is so similar to the Epstein one? Well, let's break it down for you. All of it is unfortunately connected to the elite class's obsession with children and pedophilia. It's a major trafficking ordeal that's got celebrities all over deleting their old posts, so no one remembers they hung out with Diddy once. Usher, Pink, Drake, they're all on the list.
Want to hear my joke I have? Ready? This is good. See if you like it. A lot of multiple nominees, multiple Grammy nominees this year. Lauryn Hill's got 4, TLC's got 8, and Sean Combs 5 to 10. Get it? Like he's going to jail? Right. All right. And I was going to say this. I was going to go, look. Look. I was going to go. I don't mean to be mean because, I mean, he's a nice guy and he can really sing. Oops! Oh.
I feel violated right now.
Apparently wanted to know what a beaver butt felt like.
Thank you.
Ever remember smelling that little at 16? That was bad. Wow, look at your eyes. And what music you listen to?
Get that off.
Hey. Well, my parents never gave me the sex talk. Okay. So why don't you give me the sex talk? I really, I feel uncomfortable right now. Oh. Why do you want to know the sex talk from a 15-year-old boy? That's pretty weird.
Oh, yeah. It's a really weird question. And, only the day my mom was right there.
Things on blast,
You want to say it again? You have beautiful lips.
Oh, thank you, man. We're proud.
Yeah, serious.
I want to protect her, I don't want her to go through anything I went through.
Miami, a night of party, and I don't really remember what I was saying. You know what I'm saying?
Would you like a reminder?
Yeah, sure.
Play some.
Hey, yo, listen, yo.
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Where you put my bag?
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit.
No. That was you.
Scrambling.
You do it like that, Daddy, when you scrambling and scraping for shit.
Hey, man.
1 week since the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs on federal charges and living behind bars is the exact opposite of what he has been used to. It's a place that's been described as hell on earth. Fox 5's Lisa Evers is at MDC right now with more on this.
Well, Bianca, we're here at the Metropolitan Detention Center, the MDC. It's a federal jail that houses criminal kingpins and killers who are awaiting the resolution of their cases. Accused sex trafficker Sean Diddy Combs spent the weekend here behind bars in solitary confinement and on suicide watch. Constant lockdowns due to violent outbreaks. But former detainees I spoke with tell me that the experience here for Diddy will be different. Basically naked except for hospital paper, throwaway clothing, and rubber shower shoes. He has a bed with a blanket and no pillow. There are no electronic devices, but if he's lucky, he'll have the use of a radio for a short time. Expected to stay here until his trial, and this could limit his ability to prepare his defense. Many criminal defense attorneys say he's fighting a mountain of evidence and tough prosecution. I spoke with federal trial attorney Philip Hamilton, and he tells me when a defendant is behind bars at MDC, it's much more difficult to work on their defense no matter who they are. Here's what Hamilton told me.
Even in terms of just being able to converse with his lawyer, he's going to be doing it down in the regular waiting room with everyone else. There were times when I would go to interview clients, let's say during the course of R. Kelly's trial, I would see him right there speaking with his lawyers, just the same as everyone else was down there speaking with their lawyers and visiting with their family members.
Now, other defense attorneys tell me that with this particular jail, there are other issues as well that present difficulties to putting together an effective defense, namely the lack of reliable Wi-Fi or high-speed Wi-Fi. There's hundreds of terabytes of data involved in the evidence that could present a real problem. Now, he can continue to appeal the no bail decision, but that may take too long.
It's about time the children of Hollywood got the justice they deserve. Just listen to what Diddy was doing to them. And of course, he didn't stop there. He pimped them out to all sorts of Hollywood predators.